Hi everyone, this video I will show you how to operate and all the functions of our portable X-ray. So here let's take a look at our portable X-ray. In the front is the display with 4 function keys, and on the top is the power switch button, and on the right hand is exposure button. So first I will turn on the portable X-ray by long pressing this power switch button to turn on. And after starting up, all icons in the display will light up in the full screen about for like 1 second to check whether there is any problems with the display. Okay, first let's take a look at these 4 function keys. The first is the mode key. You can select the adult or the kid mode. And here is the tooth selection. You can select the tooth you want to shoot. And here the up and down, which means you can increase or reduce the exposure time. And for example, if you want to set the default exposure by yourself, first you have to adjust the exposure time to the required exposure time by pressing the up and down key. For example, here. And then after select the exposure time, you can long press the up and down key for 3 seconds. You can hear the device will give a beep twice. That means the time has been set at default time. So that means every time you select this tooth, the exposure time will be this exposure time. So if you want to reset the exposure time just by long pressing the up and down key for 3 seconds, after the device gives 2 beeps, keep pressing for about 10 seconds. Okay, the device gives a long beep and release the button to restore the factory state. Okay, now I will show you how to expose when this check icon light up in the screen. That means the system is ready for exposure. And press the exposure button. For example, press the exposure button for once. Here the 60 countdown will show up in the screen. So during this period, if you want to cancel the exposure, you can press any 4 of these keys. So I will show you, I press any 4 of these keys, the countdown will disappear. That means the exposure has been cancelled. And if you want to exposure, for example, I press the exposure key once. And if you want to exposure, you have to long press the exposure key for like 3 seconds. If you are not to long press the exposure key, you just press the exposure key quickly for like, and you can see here the 𝚘-𝚘𝚊𝚢 error code means you release the exposure key too fast. So if you want to delete the exposure key, just long press the up and down key for 3 seconds. The error code will disappear. So if you want to exposure, just long press the exposure key for once, and after the 60 countdown shows up, you have to long press the exposure key for 3 seconds. Okay, that means this icon shows up means indicate that tube is under cooling. The exposure is finished. So after the exposure is finished, we can check the kV value and the current value of the current exposure. So if you want to check the voltage of the last exposure, you can press the teeth key and then press the up key together. Here is the, I will press again to let you see. Here is the voltage of the last exposure. And we release these 2 keys, the data will disappear. So if we want to check the current of last exposure, we can press the teeth key and press the down key, and you can see that it shows the current of the last exposure. Okay. So next, I will introduce another function is we can view the cumulative dose by pressing the mode key and then the up key. Here is showing the cumulative dose value of the device is displayed on the screen. So by this number of those, we can know how many times a user has been used it. So press the mode key and up key again to exactly to cancel this viewing state. And we can press and hold the mode key and the up key for 5 seconds. Okay, for 5 seconds, the device will clear all the data. Okay. So next, I will show you how to lock the device. The reason why we have to lock the device is because sometimes when we are having the expansion or we don't want to misoperate the portable X-ray, we have to lock the device. We can just press the mode key and 𝚘 key for once. Here the little lock icon shows up in the display, which means the device has been locked. So you can also select the mode, select the 𝚘s, and adjust the exposure time, but you cannot expose. If you press this key, it will beep twice, means this device cannot be exposed because it's being locked. So if you want to unlock the device, you can just press the mode and 𝚘 key together. The lock icon will disappear, which means the device is unlocked. So everything is normal, and the exposure key is also working. Okay, I will cancel the exposure. And we also have one function about the battery protection, is that if you leave the device for 8 minutes, the device will automatically shut down to save the battery. So this is also one function we have. And that's all for today's operation and function introductions. If you have any questions, please kindly contact with us. Thank you.